Hey, everybody. I'm super excited today to be here with Michael Rosenzweig. He is the owner of the Marketing Handyman here in Boulder County. And I'm really interested myself to learn so much more. I have some background in marketing myself, and it's always an evolving industry, evolving tactics, especially with the internet. So I'm just going to introduce you and just get you going on your background and how you got started and just, share with us. We can't wait to hear more.
Thank you. Well, as you said, I'm Michael. I own the Marketing Handyman. So I'm a digital marketing agency. We do website design, SEO, email marketing, social media, and some other odds and ends. And actually, I did go to school for marketing, although it did take me the better part of a decade to actually use that degree.
Yeah.
When I first moved here, I worked in the nonprofit world, and
Okay.
then I moved to a marketing agency. And then about 4 years ago, actually right before the pandemic, the stars aligned for me to open this up. It aligned with us having our first kid, and yeah, I'm very happy to help small businesses and solopreneurs figure out online marketing.
Great, great. So what was your how did you actually then decide to start it? You alluded to right before the pandemic. Was there a impetus or
Yes. It was kind of a one door closing meant another door opening.
Mhm.
So I used to work at a marketing agency, and this is very common, and it was a lovely experience. But this marketing agency kind of was of the mindset that as long as you're ranking number one on Google, everything
Mhm.
else falls into place.
Mhm.
And that's the only thing that you should worry about because
Okay.
Google is where all information is found. And while I love ranking high on Google, there's just so many other ways to figure out business. Some people don't want to put in the time, effort, or money into SEO. Some
Mhm.
people hate social media, and
Mhm.
I don't think as a marketing person we should say that you need to do
Mhm.
this or that.
Right. Right.
Um, it takes work, but that work can be way more aligned with what you want to do as
Mhm.
an individual. So as I left that agency, we very much wanted some flexibility. Our kid had some sleeping issues growing up, so it just made sense for me to start this business and um, have extra time with my family
Right.
and figure things out on my own.
So you are a solopreneur yourself, so you're very much in tune with the challenges, limitations, the growth opportunities, and all that kind of stuff. I'm sure you bring that to the table.
Absolutely. And this is where like I kind of take a slightly different approach. I come from a family of teachers, and while I did teach for a year, ultimately the classroom is not for me. But I'm a camp counselor, and
Yeah.
rather than just saying like, "Hey, I'm going to do all this for you," I am like a part marketing agency and part business coach.
Okay. Gotcha.
Truly, what I want is for my clients to feel empowered, like they have all the skills and tools that they need so that they can market their businesses themselves. And
Okay.
while that poses not an ideal business model for me, as I'm like
Well,
basically working myself out of a job,
they'll come
everyone
back though. They'll come back.
exactly people come
You're the
back, they have a
expert.
great
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm a firm believer that like the best messaging comes directly from the source.
Right.
So even
Well,
though I
you're
write great emails, that's not it's going to come even better from you.
yeah, well, you're teeing them up and you are it sound like a natural teacher educator and it doesn't have to be that's the end of the relationship. You can continue to support. It sounds like.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And just like kids, like businesses grow, they evolve, they
Mhm.
adapt. And what you're doing now, like what I'm doing now is different than what I was doing 3 or 4 years ago, just when I
Mhm.
started. And
Mhm.
I'm still kind of in the infancy of this
Mhm.
business. So
Yeah.
um and I love kind of growing with my clients and with the industry.
Yeah. Well, tell us. We both live in the Boulder County area, Louisville, Lafayette, kind of Superior area. What do you love about this community?
Well, I love what most people love. I'm walking distance to a whole trail system and a bunch of breweries, and that is not a terrible place to be. I love the appreciation of music here. It just so happens that we went to our first Red Rock show in
Oh,
since before we had a kiddo,
okay. Awesome. Who'd you
and that
see?
was we saw Beck in Phoenix.
Okay,
It
awesome.
was so good. Um, so I love that, but from a business perspective, I mean, I feel like supporting local is somewhat cliche now, but people
Mhm.
here genuinely believe that
Yeah.
and want
Yeah.
to do that.
Mhm.
They care about like the stories behind the businesses. Um, and I also find that like there's like a more educated consumer here, but there's a more issue-based consumer. Like they
Mhm.
want to support the deep underlying message. And when I know that there's a bunch of people that want to do the extra work to find the business that they want to support,
Yeah.
it makes my job way more
Mhm.
exciting and creative and exhilarating.
Yeah. Well, that kind of leads me to my next question about what is the most rewarding. I mean, maybe you already touched on it, but do you want to elaborate more on what do you find most rewarding?
Absolutely. For me, it's when my clients don't need me anymore. Hopefully, for the short term, hopefully they
Yeah.
grow and they have new challenges. But especially when a client that I've worked with does some level of marketing and they find a customer from it and it's something that we worked on together, or even better, something that we worked on together and then they went and enacted a whole plan onto themselves. So
Mhm.
maybe I set up an email marketing platform
Mhm.
for them, but then they started doing monthly
Mhm.
newsletters and that's how they found their 10th and 11th customers.
Mhm.
Or we did a social media content calendar and the theme that we worked on went viral and they got exposed to a whole new audience. Like it's very much feels like watching your kid grow up.
Yeah. Yeah. I imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My kid's only 4, so she's still got a lot of growing up to do as to all of our businesses.
Oh, you're very much a nurturer, it sounds, to
Very
me.
much so.
So what about the vision, Michael, for the future of your business or your
So
industry?
yeah, for me, like I just really would love to help build a community of small business owners, solopreneurs, side hustlers who can like learn, grow together, feeling supported and genuinely inspired by their work. It's funny, I actually just listened to a podcast. It's called Search Engine.
Uh-huh.
And the premise is they ask one question and they spend the whole podcast answering it. And the
Uh-huh.
question was, does anyone actually really like their job?
Uh-huh.
And it's like stuck with me for a little bit
Yeah.
because while it's not like every day I wake up and I'm like, I get to build websites today. It's the helping people and helping
Yeah.
people to achieve their goals. Like there are days when I just genuinely love what I
Yeah.
do. And I want more people to feel that way.
Yeah, no, it's a wonderful message. I appreciate that. And well, as we sort of also talk about your business, do you have any new offerings or packages or anything you want to talk about?
Yeah, totally. Thank you. So most of the things that I do, I build custom packages for, but I just launched what I'm calling monthly maintenance programs.
Okay.
It's not necessarily the sexiest name, but it fits in with my marketing handyman branding.
Uh-huh.
And basically, it's two different price levels where you can feel some ongoing support, and it's a way to get some affordable monthly marketing, some advice, some insights, and ideas, along with me taking some of those marketing tasks off your plate.
Okay. Great. So there's a package and when we're at the end of this interview, I'll make sure there's a contact slide up where people can see your website, your full and any information, email, whatever phone number you want to share.
That's
And
perfect.
that's where people can navigate to go see your offerings, correct?
That
Yeah.
is that is perfect.
Do you have an ideal, if somebody's listening right now and wondering if they are a good fit, is there an ideal you like to work with? Ideal client? How?
That is a fantastic question.
Yeah, I wish I
So
would have put it on the list, huh? Sorry about that. A little
No,
curveball.
that's okay. Um, so yeah, I do have, for me, my ideal client isn't necessarily like industry specific, it's state of mind
Okay,
specific.
gotcha.
The person that wants, the person that comes to me and says, like, I need a website, I don't care what it looks like, just make sure that it works.
Right.
Not not a
Yeah.
great fit. The
Right.
person that genuinely cares about the messaging, that cares about the look and feel of things, that wants to help people and understands that rolling up their sleeves and diving into some of the hard work is how you're going to help the most amount of people while achieving your goals. That's really where my bread and butter is.
Okay.
I do end up working with a lot of people in the wellness industry.
Okay.
uh,
Okay.
I also work with a lot of just local businesses that, because I either frequent them
Mhm.
or I just
Yeah.
know the area, there's like some additional opportunities there where I can help them.
Yeah, no, that's great insight. Well, thank you so much for sharing everything that you have built about your business, and hopefully we can get you some traction for some new clients as well. And I think you're on social media with Facebook and Instagram, it sounds like. Is that
Yeah,
right?
those are great places to find me.
Okay, terrific. And anything else before we wrap up, Michael, that you'd like to share?
Yeah, over this journey of the last couple years of building this for myself and helping a lot of people build businesses, I've seen so many people light up when their idea for a business becomes a reality. So whether you want to start as a side hustle or you're just getting back into the workforce or you've always wanted to try and be a business owner, my advice is do it. There are so many tools out there that can make this a reality.
Mhm.
And sometimes you just need a little help or a little inspiration and motivation. And that's what people like me are here for. So I wish you the best of luck.
Well, thank you so much. This has been great. I've learned a lot. I really appreciate meeting you and having a chance to have you share your story. And so, with that, we'll just say thank you, audience, for listening, and we'll sign off. And thank you, Michael, very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Corey.